Why should you be excited for CitizenCon? Star Citizen's CitizenCon this year is planned to be the biggest, hypest, and best event they've had, but they also are planning for it to live up to the hype. They're going to be showing where the game is now and where it plans to be in the future. And when I say where the game is now, they're going to be releasing 3.24.2, almost certainly a new patch with this, and going, look, 4.0 is about to be released, stuff like that. But we now have a load of the details of what's actually going to be shown during the panels and presentations of that 2-day event starting October 19th. And I'll link that down below so you can see the times in your particular time zone of when that stuff's going to be live streamed on YouTube and Twitch. And if you're actually at CitizenCon, you can go and see that stuff physically and live. We know there's going to be a lot of gameplay-centric stuff. Lots of CIG employees have been hyping stuff up. Zach Priest said, multiply all the CitizenCons together, and they ain't got nothing on this one. It's actually going to be insane for my gameplay enjoyers. I am buzzing. And then they said, if it doesn't live up to the hype, I will eat a CIG shirt with beans on it. May have been a joke, but you will be held to that. On the first day, on the Saturday 19th of October, we have the panel Brave New Worlds, introducing Genesis, the innovative suite of technologies and processes within StarEngine that breathe life into truly immersive worlds, achieving the fidelity and scale required to fill an entire universe. Expect this to be a few things combined together. Cloud Imperium have been talking about the new Planet Tech V5, so new ways of generating planets, more biomes, more pretty stuff for that. Also expect it to be updates to the engine. So more engine updates, potentially a new engine demo shown off here, that sort of stuff. But also it is going to be how all of that is combined together with a whole suite of tools for the creation of the universe, star systems, planets. They are going to want to show probably that they can build star systems at speed and the sort of speed they can create planets, and that they can actually build 100 star systems for Star Citizen within your lifetime. Next panel, a social universe. It's the people you meet and the bonds that you form that truly bring the universe to life. Dive into how we're evolving social features to maximize your adventures, from personal one-on-one interactions to massive gatherings with hundreds and even thousands of players. I am expecting org features to finally be part of this. So this might be things like shared ships, shared hangars, a permissions system for multi-crew, some multi-crew stuff there, but also being able to see what organization you're in at a glance. At a glance, I can see that I'm in BoredGamer's org and we're at war with this org. These are hostile, these are friendly. That sort of stuff has been much needed in game for a long time and is relatively low-hanging fruit. Also expected to see things like NPC immersion and conversations and stuff like that. Potentially large-scale events, dynamic events, things that large groups of people can get involved with. Maybe a little bit server meshing. Obviously, to make an MMO, you need to have the tech to be able to support an MMO, but it also might be talking about things like persistence and reputation systems that will support this. There's then a cosplay competition, which is sponsored by Toby, it appears. And then there's the Dressed to Kill panel. From high fashion to dynamic function, discover starware and exciting new character-focused specializations that let you define your identity and take on the challenges ahead, including the return of a legendary friend from CitizenCon's past. Now, this is a bit of an interesting one. So we know that CIG have been working on specialized armors for a while. This is going to be equipment and armor and stuff that makes you better at your role that you want to do. So for mining, salvage, industry, combat, whatever. So stuff like that. Specific armor for tasks that you want to do in game. Armor that makes you better at stealth. Armor that makes you better at detecting stuff. Might include some more bits and bobs on like gadgets and that sort of jazz. But also, who could the legendary friend be? I am interested to know what you think. Could it be the return of Tessa Bannister to missions? Could it be Admiral Bishop? Could it be Agent Trejo? Could it be the Sandworm? What do you think? Because I don't actually know. The next panel, Beyond Pyro. To the fantastic reaches beyond Stanton and Pyro, join us as we explore exciting new frontiers of Star Citizen's persistent universe. So that sounds like it's, as they said, beyond Stanton and Pyro, other star systems, potentially Nyx, Odin, Lear. I don't know why I keep on saying places where sandworms exist, but sandworms, This could also be things like exploration in general. They might have some like exploration ships and vehicles talked about here. We might have some more bits on jump points. The next panel and the last one on presentation for the day is Redacted. It's got some UEE logos next to it though, suggesting to me that this is Squadron 42 announcements. So this is likely going to be some big Squadron 42 announcement stuff, maybe a release date, maybe them showing off a demo, and maybe celebrities from Squadron 42 being there. Something big. Almost certainly going to be able to buy Squadron 42 again after that presentation. The expectation there is pretty big, so hopefully it's not just, yeah, it's getting there. Squadron 42 is getting there, but we don't have any release dates. It could be a playable demo or something like that. That would be pretty awesome. Sunday, the second and final day of CitizenCon, 20th October. First panel there is Crafting Your Home. Explore the fundamental of crafting and base building, including how they combine to enable new opportunities for players and ultimately create the future of life amongst the stars. Homesteads, we know, are going to be part of this. CIG had teased this before. It looks like somewhere that you can build on a planet and then have a load of your storage of your equipment and weapons and suits of armor, stuff like that there. So early base building, but it looks like it's going to be early base building gameplay rather than concept stuff, and it's something that potentially will make it into the game pretty soon. Also sounds like crafting and fabricating are part of that mechanic, well obviously because you need to build your base, but also that they might be talking about crafting separately. We recently had actually fuses being craftable in the Vulture. They sort of were scaling up some of the stuff that you can craft in the salvage gatherers and that sort of jazz. Could we see land claims and base suitability blueprints and all that sort of stuff being shown off here and part of that initial gameplay loop? Yeah, possibly. We'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping that they discuss and show how this works with persistence. How is this going to be shown off on multiple different shards? Does my base appear on every shard? Is it invulnerable on some shards? Is it just on my shard? Then they're going to have shard affinity. Going to have to wait and see on that one. Captains of Industry. This is an adjacent panel or presentation. Uncover the ships and ground vehicles that will serve as your primary tools for base building in the verse. Revisit a classic and more. Base building vehicles, base building ships. We haven't really got another panel that specifically addresses ships and vehicles, but this Captains of Industry one potentially has most of, if not all of the offerings that they're going to have for ships and vehicles. Maybe the Squadron 42 one, the redacted one, will have some combat ships like the Hornet Mark IIs, the rest of them, that sort of stuff. I suppose that would be really exciting in that previously mentioned redacted panel presentation. Anyway, going back to Captains of Industry, revisit a classic. I think, yeah, talking about the Pioneer. Pioneer was the first ship that introduced us to base building proper. Obviously, that's been expanded out exactly what that's going to do. I suspect they're going to address that here. But it could also be them talking about the modularity that allows base building. Maybe some other ship like the Caterpillar or something that's got some modules that allow for base building. Maybe they're going to show off a range of base building ships and vehicles, and also industry vehicles and ships that allow you to gather the resources you need for base building. Stuff like that. So there's going to be some new ones. There's going to be some other ones that maybe have additional functionality. Might talk a bit about crafting from a vehicle point of view as well. I'm very excited to have bases in game. I think that's going to be awesome. The final panel or presentation here is The Stars, My Destination, Star Citizen 1.0. PvP, PvE, non-combat. What type of game is Star Citizen? If you want answers, join us as we outline a high-level overview of Star Citizen 1.0 and what our intentions are for our epic shared universe. This is going to be a roadmap to 1.0 and a Star Citizen commercial release. The big major features and milestones of what they consider a minimum viable product for 1.0. That's my expectation. Will they give us any form of dates? Are they going to say, yeah, it's going to be well into 2026 or 2027? Maybe. They do like to avoid dates, but I'm expecting that when they give dates now, and sometimes they will, they'll try and stick to them, and they'll be pretty accurate as sort of deadlines. What they might actually consider their minimum viable product, I don't know. That was going to be addressed there, right? It's going to be like major features. Will they be talking about the next big patches over the next 12 months here? Maybe. Will they have a rough release schedule? Maybe. But the next major thing after 4.0 is going to be a 1.0 release. At least in my opinion. You're going to have 4.1, 4.2 and that sort of stuff. It's not just going to be 4.0 and then 1.0. Also, I know a lot of people are saying a Star Citizen 1.0 release would be 1.0 for beta. But again, I think that is going to come down to how you define that. And CIG are going to be talking about this at length, so I suspect they will be able to define it for us and exactly what we can expect. And that is the major reasons I'm super excited for CitizenCon this year. There's some amazing stuff with base building, with potentially that Squadron 42 stuff, Brave New Worlds, and all the sort of expanded out engine demo and planetary tech stuff, other star systems beyond Pyro and Stanton. Am I going to get sandworms? Maybe. New creatures? There's a load of other stuff that might be happening. Could we see banks of computers there where there's something playable for Star Citizen, like a Squadron 42 demo or a Beyond 4.0 demo or something like that? That's possible. In the latest map of the show floor, there were some sim pits, which sort of makes sense because we know that Scan are there, we know that VKB Sim are there. Star Citizen also have sort of deals with MT Sim, Monster Tech, with chairs and stuff like that. There are Tobii eye trackers and a load of other hardware too. Some people are expecting to see a new sort of Star Citizen branded HOTAS and other Star Citizen branded hardware. That is possible. There could be a load of computers to play a playable demo as well under the Hornet that they've got in the main room, or there could be just a side room for it. I've been in that building before and played Theatres of War in 2019. A load of those different panels could have some spaceship stuff and some new spaceships being talked about at the end of them or combined with them for sure. And there could certainly be some other surprises, like it's hard to tell what would be considered the keynote there. Chris Roberts is certainly going to come out for a panel or two and talk to us. But is that going to be that UEE redacted panel? Almost certainly. But it could also be the 1.0 last panel of Sunday as well, right? Where they talk about their journey to getting Star Citizen 1.0 out the door. I'm super excited for CitizenCon. I'm going to be there with Zin. I hope to see you there too. If you've got any questions that you'd like me to ask the devs at CitizenCon, chuck it in the comments below as well, or go on my Discord. If you're going to be at CitizenCon, chuck it in the Discord as well. We're going to be out on the Friday night around the new Wakefield Street takeover. We'll be around there. We'll be out on the Saturday night as well, but you can also catch us at CitizenCon during the CitizenCon event on both those days. But yeah, tell me what you think. Are you excited for CitizenCon this time around? What do you think the legendary friend from the Dress to Kill panel could be? Is there anything else that you're expecting that I didn't mention? Is there anything you're like, I mentioned that you're like, no way is that going to be there? But whatever your thoughts or questions, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. And listen to this chap about getting NordVPN. A very long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, CIG had taken over the development of NordVPN. And at CitizenCon, the yearly Nord Fan Fest, they were releasing their first game, Squadron Nordy 2. It's amazing, and it would truly revolutionize the FPS industry. Then I woke up and realized that NordVPN is already great and released, and it doesn't need an FPS module, it's a VPN. And you should get it now, links below, discount. Helps channel, read bullet points. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For October, it's for a Drake Corsair with a game package and lifetime insurance. All you have to do to be in for a chance of winning that lovely Star Citizen access and ship that can be used for exploration, but it's also this cool little multi-role, multi-crew ship. You just need a comment on any of our videos made during October. That will go into the hat. It's not a hat, it's a spreadsheet. It goes into that, and then a random person is chosen. With the addition of Alpha 4.0 and Pyro, there's going to be tons more to see and explore. The Corsair is perfect for that. Good luck. Please consider supporting the channel as well. We've got the join button under our videos that will make you a channel member. That goes a long way in supporting the channel, as does becoming a Patreon. It's pretty much the same thing, but for different mediums. You can also like, comment, share, or sub, things like that. That all helps with the channel hugely. We are also gathering questions for CitizenCon, so chuck those in the comments below as well. If I find any appropriate devs, I will ask your question, or I will probably amalgamate lots of questions together and make them more concise. Thank you so much for your support and watching, and I hope you have a great October.